Yep, even in 91-degree weather currently. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters. There was one of you waiting. I just got on here. You're dedicated. I like you. Thank you. Anyways, I'm not going to lie to you guys. You know, these last few days have just been honestly rough for me personally as a human being. I'm not going to delve into all of it. I'm really not in the mood to do that. Like I said in the channel description, I've had a bad last few days. Everybody in the family's fine, okay, before anybody asks. It's just there was a lot of, I call it cumulative clusterfuckery, and I can only handle so much, okay? When I was younger, I could handle a heck of a lot more. And now that I'm almost 57 and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, but I digress. Needless to say, I can tell you, I can promise you that you won't see any crying babies or fame whores here. You won't, because I'm the original fame whore. And yeah, and I'm a lousy crier too, by the way. Nobody wants to see me cry. Oh God, it's dreadful. Actually, except for like in movies, I don't really know anybody that's a good crier. Do you guys know, like on movies or television, if anybody's a good crier, that actually still looks like they're saving themselves. How you doing there, Darren? Yes, thank you for stopping by. But I'm hoping to shake myself out of this funk, if you will. It's not a grand funk, but it's a funk nevertheless. And always remember, everybody, seriously, that, and I'm just saying this wholeheartedly to you, okay? I'm from the bottom of my cold, dead heart. Just hang on. Okay. Hi, James. Welcome to the show. Excuse me, coffee burps. By the way, still Cafe Abuelo. I finished off the Folgers. I can tell you to my audience here that I would never, ever, ever, ever do anything to you guys maliciously or intently. Ever. Okay? We should have a drinking game with as many evers I could throw. Needless to say, guys, I'm being a little pissy, obviously. But it has been broiling hot here in the Midwest and the Mid-South. They call my area the Mid-South, if you will. So Jeff the Ghoul here from Parma says switch to Sanka. Here's a factoid. It was written in Robert Young's will when he died that he would be cremated and put into every jar of Sanka. True story. So you get little bits of Robert Young, and you have since the 1990s. That's all right. SSVAE. I could add a couple extra letters just for the hell of it. NOPQRST. I'm giving you shit. Just kidding. Ben, how you doing? Without mentioning names, though, what drama? Jeez, around the VC, my God. And I know some people will go, well, he has drama. Yeah, but I like my drama because I'm psychotic. It works for me. It does. It has all my life. I don't know. I'm a man right now that, you know how they say you got to find happiness and it's up to you? I sometimes wonder about that statement. I just do. That's right. The father and husband. Robert Young in every container. Oh, but yeah. I mean, I'm not picking any specific. I'm just saying it's just like I was watching four different people's streams, four separate different people's streams, not at the same time in the last 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, my God, I just, hey, Mick, we're going through a heat wave as well here. Or is it a heat wave that's too hot to handle? Oh, yes, it's going to be a scorcher. Not a good time to have records shipped. You betcha. I do have record finds today, actually, and I had to be careful. I had to be very, very careful. I don't know about the trauma at all. I work 2 jobs and single father of 3. No time at all. Never mind the furthermore. The plea is self-defense. No time. I understand. You see, Ben, I congratulate you, truthfully. Okay. I have been down a similar path. And you know what? Hopefully at the end, it'll all be worth it. Okay. Hopefully all be worth it. Ugh, New Mexico. I've never been to New Mexico. I may actually have if a certain goth angel comes back, maybe I'll have an excuse to go through New Mexico and Arizona. I don't know when. I'm just saying that maybe I'll get to. It's in the hundreds here. I got a shitload delivery today, and I'm worried they're warped as the cardboard was very warm and hot. I love you guys. Look at you guys. You guys are so. I got 17 of you people in here watching this YouTube abortion here. I'm teasing. I kid. Excuse me 1 second. Your stuff's on the dryer, sir. I put it all there. It was laundry day today in Psyko del Casa. Oh, well, Ben, I'm envious of you being that close to. That's one of my places I want to visit. But I got to tell you, I was watching a YouTube documentary on Buddy, right? And boy, oh boy, the light that was casted on Norman Petty. What an a-hole. I mean, I did not realize how much of an a-hole it seemed like he was. That's right, Royce, 18, watching right now because you dropped in. Great show that you did, and thank you for letting me be on for the Traveling Wilburys panel. I still say, that all the musical planets lined up so that you could get the Traveling Wilburys. Now, my first guest, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when he was a kid, one of his first jobs, he would deliver. He was a delivery kid. He did pretty good, actually, most of the time. The last couple months on the job weren't exactly that great until the supervisor called him in. Anyway, and he goes, I'm sorry, I got to let you go. And of course, this guest goes, well, why? Almost ready to tear up. And the boss goes off and says, too many complain of paper late. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
of Paper Late? Wow. I'm surprised you know that song. That's great.
I can sing things and stretch and... Hello, Darren. How are you? Like I said, like I told you on Messenger, could be better. but here we are on my therapy session. They still have, and see, that's the thing. I thought I heard they still record at Norman Petty sometimes. I heard that, like, for example, I heard the Sun Records stuff. Okay, the recording equipment is not the original equipment that got dumped in the 80s, I'm told. So point me in the direction of that's right. I took a right turn in Albuquerque.
That's Partridge Family.
Yeah. God, what the hell was the other thing about Albuquerque? It was too funny. There was another reference having to do with Albuquerque. I don't know, other than Bugs Bunny. Yes, and thank you, Royce. Like I said, thumbs up. This guy has excellent shows. Go and sub him. Go and sub everybody that we got here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And yes, they do. McCartney came and a bunch of others sneak in and out. Oh, see, that's when they're sneaky like that. Like, yeah, yes. And so here's the thing I found out. I guess, I don't know if it's an exclusive, but you Black Sabbath fans are going to be a little happy about this piece of news. And no, it has nothing to do with that first album, because I'm getting really sick and tired. I love the first album. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting sick and tired of which version is the right version to get. Just get a damn Green Label US Press original. That's the answer right there. But that's not what I'm talking about. So in Tulsa, there is a studio called, oh boy, hang on a minute. I got another one. Hang on a minute. Church Studios, okay, and almost near downtown Tulsa, which was made and created and sometimes used by the late Leon Russell. I love Leon. I was a big Leon fan. So who was in Church Studios a few weeks ago recording a solo album for the first time in quite some time? Bill Ward. And I'm going, interesting. He's the drummer now of Black Sabbath. And the thing is that I liked his first solo album, which the big hit off of there was, God, it had Ozzy on it. Ozzy showed up a Bombay Door, something like that. And but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest, he is my brother from another mother. I can say as a manly man how much I love you, sir, because I do. And he also, I read recently on the adult websites, because I once in a while peruse for research purposes only. So it turns out that this man,
Paul, you give the most amazing introduction.
And this is all, thank you. It's all out of the ADD head. And so this gentleman here
I was saying you was like the most amazing introduction. It's very creative. It's great.
Thank you. This man was voted as the #1 Ginger Lynn fan. That's right, Jeff Allen.
Good evening.
Hello there. How?
I got to show you my new shirt.
Oh, I like that shirt. I like that shirt, actually. That's nice. You know, I'll tell you something. I've heard her podcast. Great podcast. She got a Facebook and she's all over the internet. Okay, and I like Ginger Lynn. I do. And if I remember, like I said, I think she was born and raised in Rockford, Illinois, which is why you got the shirt like that, for the first 20 to 21 years of her life before she went to LA.
I'm just gonna reboot.
Sure, that's fine. I had a slight feeling you were maybe just lagging a teensy, so that explains a few things. Yep, come back when you're ready. I thought I didn't kick him off, guys. I didn't kick you off, sir. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute.
No, I just wish you would have stopped making porn like back in like the early 90s, please.
I think most of them should have stopped in the early 90s. Hey, Paul, I have a question. Why do people sell records on YouTube like flippers, auctioneers, that they're celebrities? I mean, you sell records, that's it. Yeah. I listen, when I sell records, I just go to the damn record store 2 towns down. Okay. Right. Or I do have some select stuff that I'm saving. Here, segue for commercial. For the July 20, it's either 20th or 21st. It's a Saturday, though. I can tell you that, for Carthage, Missouri, for the 4th State Record Show that I will make an appearance at. So I do things that way. I don't do record auctions because, and truthfully, guys, I'm surprised YouTube allows this. Honestly, I'm waiting for them to crack down on this because they've been cracking down on a lot of shit. Now, I'm going to just give you an overall. I am not going to get into specifics. But anybody that saw my video last week, or the last episode, which was Bartimus trout fishing in storms, at least I think that was the one I did last, I got a age restriction popped on it, and I'm going, What? So there's three different things that I think it is, which I'm not mentioning. So I really, you know what? I'll tell you something. I almost don't really give a shit, but then again, this is my therapy. What I do here is my therapy, and having friends like you and the people, everywhere there, this is important to me. So I will do what it takes to be able to keep my channel. Don't get me wrong. I don't know Larry Graves very well, and I feel bad for what happens, but I heard he's got a new channel. So Sun Recording Studios was dismantled after Born to okay. See, I didn't know that, but that does sound like the timeline, doesn't it? Hey, you see, you got your fans here. Yay!
I got nailed. Yay!
George was worrying me. You know what? I think he was worrying everybody, out of all honesty, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you. I only know a teensy-weensy part of that. Teensy-weensy. And
why is George worrying everybody?
you know what? Go try to find the George Bower. Just try to find the post. I'm not going to deal with it.
Well, you know what? Actually, it's funny you say that. Somebody emailed me. Well, two people emailed me and said you got to get the video out. And I went to look. I was out getting my. Anyway, I'll tell you about that later. That's really exciting. But yeah, I went to click it, and then it said the video is not available. So, what's next? Is George okay or?
I don't know. It's just he. Okay. Listen, everybody here. Okay, and I'm not even going to mention names because there really is no reason to mention names. Okay, but in life, in humanity, okay, we all have bad days. And I'm not going to lie. I messaged Darren and I told him, I said, I've had a bad last few days. I'm not going to elaborate. Family's okay. I physically am okay. Yeah. But the thing is that we all have bad days in the world as humans. And I think
whenever I have to go to work, I have a bad day.
You too, huh? And so the thing, I don't know Darren's job. That's none of my business. So
I'm retired.
Thanks, Darren. Anyways.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said
no. This year alone, this year alone, I had bypass surgery. Man, this year alone, I had bypass surgery in my left leg.
Oh my God!
So I could take veins from the upper portion of my leg and put them in the bottom portion of my leg. Because I'm a diabetic.
Oh, yes.
They had to amputate my toe, my baby toe on my left leg.
Jeff.
I had like 59 staples all the way down my leg. It was like, are they going to let me retire? Fuck no. No. You keep rolling, baby. So I am.
Yeah. Listen, I mean.
Sepsis didn't even kill me. Damn.
Oh my God. Maybe you're like that one cheerleader high school chick from Heroes. Nothing's going to get you. Save the cheerleader, save the world. You didn't expect that, did you guys? None of you. Then I was going to throw a Heroes reference. I love that fucking show, at least the first 2 seasons. After that, it went to shit.
And I'm so pissed off that the Edmonton Oilers did not win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's
it's like, come on.
I know, eh? We just can't.
Ernesto.
They did make it interesting.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I remember many a times when the Leafs made it so interesting. It's like we just can't get a break. Like we really cannot.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, back in the 70s and 80s, I loved the Leafs. They were my second favorite team.
Oh, that's
Daryl Sittler was a hero. Boris was a hero.
Yeah. Oh God, Sittler was Lanny McDonald, Tiger Williams. My God, like everybody. It was Boris Salming. Oh, they were
clear the track.
They were the Shaq. That's when it was hockey to me. It's funny because I talked to my best friend, and I said, like in previous times, I said, did you watch the Leafs get like annihilated? And he goes, I don't even bother anymore because it's just kind of a like it doesn't have that sort of what's the, I guess that sort of like spirit, like when when Gilmore was in, and
Yeah.
like Wendell Clark was in, and Salming, like all those, they all seem kind of like heroes within that organization. It's really weird, but yeah,
They were. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like I said,
Me.
they were my second favorite team.
Hmm.
Whenever Detroit went to Toronto, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it was going to be a fight-filled brawl. That was just so much fun.
yeah. My ex-girlfriend was like huge, massive. Well, she still is actually. Uh, she's a huge Detroit Red Wings fan, and anytime you mention, it's really weird because she's here, like my hometown, like Hamilton. So, of course, like we thrive on the Leafs. But you mention the Leaf to her, and she just goes absolute banana shit. Like she goes crazy. Like how dare you? No, I can't. Like in kind of almost like kind of a sadistic, kind of weirded out way. Like you can't even mention them.
I know.
Like
my son is the same way. Don't talk shit about the Red Wings.
Remember,
I'm like, they haven't done nothing.
Remember when Sittler had 10 points in a single game against the Bruins?
Oh, I love Sittler. Are you kidding me? We got the Red Wings got him at the end of his career, but it was so cool to see him in the number 27 jersey. I'm telling you.
Randy, we talk about every damn thing in here. But music is my king. But I don't mind dabbling in sports and wrestling. Everybody knows this, or anything else like Ginger Lynn or whatever.
I was going to wear my wrestling shirt. Well, one of them because I own a few. I was going to wear my DX shirt.
Hey,
listen. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm getting more intrigued now because, like I said, I got 2 emails this morning.
Rare it is.
You gotta watch this George Borden stream, and I said, well, I'm not really watching that anymore. And they said, no, you got to watch it. And then I click, and now you're saying something like, what's going on?
Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I still, Jesus, you know what? I like George. Okay, I have no problem with anybody.
No,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It's none of my business. But you know what? Okay, we all know RG likes to stir the shit pot a little bit. Ooh. That's where I saw the clip. On this, was it today's show? Yesterday's show? It was one of those two. Okay, it was the last 2 days. Right around the middle of the episode. I'll just give you that much of a hint. I don't have a timestamp.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. No. You were saying who? I missed it. Who likes to stir the shit?
RG and company.
Okay. Oh, Rachel. Okay.
But
yeah, I know that.
Listen, that's her thing. That's her thing. I'm not accepting or denying it. I'm just stating it.
Well,
so
it's there.
Why is everybody on YouTube so taken by this person?
Who? Rachel?
Yeah. Just like, what is the big fucking deal? Well, what she says goes. It's just like, no, it don't.
No, but let me explain something, okay? Excuse me, I didn't mean to stomp on you, Darren. I'll try to make this short.
Oh no, I plead ignorance, so I didn't mean it.
So the thing is, okay, is that for Rach and Joe Mayo were the first 2 live stream channels, the 2 big ones, okay? The first one that let me on after a couple days of positive comments and truthfulness was, of course, Richard, Music Maniac. So, I mean, those 3 are kind of the ones that started me off, all right? So I'm always going to have a thank you soft spot for that. Now, as far as, once again, guys, I don't really give a shit about the likes and the subscribers and everything else like that. To me, it's a numbers game. It's just fun, okay? But from those broadcasts, it was a teensy-weensy increase just for being there. But here's the thing: when you're watching an episode of anything that is got that infusion of the drama, whether it's the host or somebody on the panel or somebody from outside coming on, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I even said it up there. I said it at Joe's. I've said it here. For you to be on a panel live on screen for the rest of the world to see you, you better have thick skin. You better have thick skin, because if you don't, then you don't honestly need to be on screen.
Well,
I'm saying, water off a duck's ass. This is what I have gone off and I have said. Now, it's like almost one of my mantras, right? Strange mantra, I will admit. You know what? We're going to talk about that too. That's a talking point today, Ernesto. We're going to do that shortly, and it's my fault. Yeah, well, I'm almost 57, if that tells you anything. Debbie Does Dallas. I remember seeing there was a sequel, was there not? Because I could have sworn I saw.
Yeah, Debbie Does Dishes.
Debbie Does Everything. Debbie Does Dishes.
I love how this conversation just goes all over. It goes from like Queen to George to porno. It's great.
It's because I have a lovely audience here, and I also have ADD. If people stayed away, it would go away, and you're right, Mike. You're absolutely right. Okay, I think. Okay, like, do I watch it every day? No, actually, I don't. Probably about twice a week on average.
I don't watch anybody else's shit at all.
Well, you know what?
I don't.
Well, yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's like I said, sometimes I get nice people that allow me to come up, like Royce allowed me to come up earlier this week. And Joe is always good to me, and Rach too, believe it or not, is good to me too when I come on up there. It's just, it is what it is, but you're right. If people stayed away, it would go away. And it's, that's with any channel that is drama infused.
I don't know. I think there's certain.
Yeah. Where's Kimbo? Damn it. Where's Kimba? Damn it.
I don't know.
I think there's certain people who are ruining it for a lot of people, and that's why I left.
Okay. Hang on a minute. So SSVAE, it's just too much to talk the whole thing. Bandy thinks George allowed people to think that John is, so this is another one of those. I'm so sick and tired of the whole who's who. It almost reminds me of Mystery Date. Anyways, and they had a big blowout, and George had too much whiskey. Oh, we'll see now if that's the truth.
What?
I've had a lot of, whether that's true or not. I've had a bunch of whiskey in my day too, but I had to cut back due to health reasons. Christmas time, I'll take one or two. That's it, max. I can't do any more than that.
Oh man.
But you know what? If that's, it's none of my business. If that's part of it, whatever. I do not judge. I am the last person to judge anyone in the world. I judge myself. That's it. That's it. I'll say this again. I know I'm a psychotic asshole. Okay, I've known this for many, many years. I'm getting worse, and I don't know why. I'm trying to work on it. It's just taking time. But I love you people because we talk about music, which I'm sorry. I am getting to everything. So I think we're going to go off because I've had, let's see, hang on. Debbie Does Mop Up. That's right. After the gusher she created. I said,
with Peter North.
You better put on your big boy pants. Me, you know what? I already have big boy pants because I'm a size 46, 48. I'm a fat ass. I eat depression. Lisa, how you doing? Politics can destroy friendships. You betcha. But you know what? I stay neutral on the politic religion angle.
Well, I don't even talk about that stuff at all.
Exactly. That's not good dinner conversation unless it's with your family, but I don't talk about this, period.
Because my family always tries to get me to like...
The stream was a mess. Randomly in the stream.
I didn't mean to bring it up. I just said, like you said it, and it's funny because I got these 2 emails saying, "Oh, you got to watch this," and I'm like, "No, okay, I'm kind of done with this. So like, just why?" And then I thought, okay, well, I'll click it, and then I click it, and it's like, well, it says video is not there. So,
maybe probably because it was taken down now. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. I'm just that I'm not saying any more about this anymore. I'm tired of talking about that respect. So,
hey, can I? Whenever you get a chance and whatever you want to say or do, would it be okay if I showed some albums?
Give me a few minutes.
Yeah, no, not now.
Give me a few minutes and you can. So I love people showing their stuff. So let's see.
It's not that kind of stuff.
No. Speaking of, I tripped on an excellent album from a band that I never heard of.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I try to be like neutral like Switzerland. It is so damn not easy. So
here's an idea. Just don't talk about it.
Right. So 1972, a band called Hard Stuff, which was an offshoot of Atomic Rooster, did an album called Bulletproof. I tripped on that thing courtesy of a very cool Atomic Rooster documentary that was done by a YouTuber and a insider who was a friend of Vincent Crane and John DeCan. Kind of neat. And so I'm like, Hard Stuff, huh? Because they were originally called Bullet. Excuse me. And they found out after one single that Bullet was, the name was already taken in the US. I never heard of Bullet, but whatever. So they changed their name to Hard Stuff and then put out that album. And then eventually everybody from that band, I think mostly, ended up back in Atomic Rooster a few years later.
That sounds like a porn film.
I know, right? But one hell of a band. I'll tell you something. I have only ever found one album, and that was made in England. And I don't know if I still have it or not. But Carl Palmer, he pretty much kind of, because Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Vincent and Carl were on that album, Fire, yes, which I showed you guys last week. That was signed. But so yeah, they offshooted and then went to do Atomic Rooster, and I think if I remember correctly, I know Carl's on I think the first 2 LPs, and then he goes to ELP, and he really wasn't going to go to ELP. He actually wanted to stay with Atomic, but then Robert Stigwood is the one that came to Palmer and went up and goes, well, he goes, I could guarantee you a little more. And at first he said no. And then I don't know what happened, but a few weeks later, he went off and, I guess, contacted me. He goes, I'm in. So that's how you get ELP jumped from there. All right. So before I forget, because I'm you know me, I go off the rails, and I'm not a crazy train, but okay, maybe I am.
I'm just going to add just a little bit to that Carl Palmer thing.
Yes, okay? Please do.
When my former mother-in-law, before she passed away, when she was in the hospital,
yes,
my daughter came there with her boyfriend, and it was funny because my daughter had told him, the night before, she goes, yeah, we were going through my dad's records, and guess what he has? He has Asia's first album. Come to find out, this kid is like a huge Asia fan. We're talking even the late, this stuff that came out like recently.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, oh okay. So he's like asking me he goes, what's your favorite songs on it? So I love having this conversation with like a 25-year-old. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I go, Soul Survivor is probably one of my favorites. And Here Comes the Feeling. Like, there's the whole album is incredible.
Right.
I mean, but that knocked me out. I'm like, oh, cool.
See, that's some really kick-ass stuff.
I love that.
I'm hearing a slight echo from somebody. I'm not sure who it is. I don't have my YouTube on, so it's not me. I know that much.
You got to close out. You got to close out of YouTube.
Yeah, I just have the StreamYard going. That's it.
That's all I have going. Is the StreamYard.
All I have going.
Well, I guess maybe we're just having a slight whatever. Sorry, guys. Anyways,
you want me to redo it again? I can redo it again.
It's not necessary. I'm not hearing it now. So that was just weird for like a second or two. John Dark Wizard's going off and goes, don't know what you're talking with Paul of Offshoot. I'm sorry. That's just like when members from one big band, spin off into another band. So that's what I call an offshoot. So that's what Hard Stuff was, an offshoot of Atomic Rooster from 72. So let's get into the title of the day. Now, Mike Fox guy here was the closest. He figured out 2/3 of it. I kind of
I didn't read the title. Does that make me a bad person?
No, the title is Yep. The title is no cheese whiz for you. The title is
No kibasis.
Get ready for the Riptide in Retrospect. get ready for the Riptide and Retrospect. Now, I found all of these today, actually. That was the only, I mean, other than being on here, that was the only positive thing that happened today, seriously. So I guess I can't say that my whole day was shitty, right? So we start off with, damn it, we start off with a great band that is no longer around because most of the originals are dead. And
that'd be a good reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, they stayed around till 2022, actually. So they were around a long ass time. Here, I'll make myself big. Of course, Rare Earth's first album, Get Ready.
Oh yeah.
Yes, which of course Motown loved them so much. They're like, hey, we'll make your own label. Yes, very nice. These are at least, I'd say, VG plus. Now, I'll tell you that the stack would have been tripled.
Aren't they the first white band that was signed to Motown? Because I always heard that, and I don't know if it's true.
I think that's correct. Followed by right shortly afterward, but he wasn't in a band. He was solo. It was R. Dean Taylor, and then. But not he was. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. I like Indiana Wants Me because it's so cheesy.
I love that song.
It's the next single, something about Jane. That one is a Northern Soul cooker. I'm telling you, it's really good. I've been looking for that 45, to be honest with you. Anytime I ever find, because he didn't make that many for On Rare Earth, R.D. Taylor. I want to say he made 3 or 4 45s max.
I've got like 3 copies of Indiana Wants Me. Every time I get one, Paul, it has like static, like right at the beginning.
Wow, I wonder if it was just from whatever the plant that pressed it.
Because every one of them has the same thing.
Yeah. If that's the case, then that sounds like about right. That almost reminds me of another little thing about bad pressings. But let's see here a second. Now I got my curiosity going. What I know that I heard it the other day. Well, like not the other day, maybe a week or two ago. That damn song. There's a ghost in my house. That is a damn good. That one's from 60. That one, and then Gotta See Jane. See, okay, so that was back to back. So I was half right. But his career started in 1960. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And
okay.
Yeah, and then he kept going and Ghost in My House and Gotta See Jane, which was 67, 68. None of that charted. Indiana Wants Me was 70. And then for some reason they re-recorded Gotta See Jane, which then ended up in the top 15 in the US. And then Ain't It a Sad Thing made it top 40. And then the last thing that he ever did that made it in the charts in the US, strangely enough, was 1976. I didn't know he was still going that far. We'll Show 'Em All. Made it to 77. And then that was, and then in the UK, they re-released in 2004, There's a Ghost in My House. So I need to find that damn 45. I would love to find that. So let's see. Splinter Group. That'd be a better, I guess Splinter Group is a better.
Yeah. Okay.
So did not know that. Yeah, Badu of Atomic Rooster. Go check out Hard Stuff. I had the first album. They made 2, if I remember correctly. Rare Earth is nice and have 2. And man, I love Rare Earth in concert. That is a great album too. I haven't saw Rare Earth in 73 with the Jimmy Castor, but that had to have been an interesting double bill. Okay.
I don't need to hear the full version of Get Ready though. I'm kind of satisfied with the 45 version.
That's all they ever play on the damn radio. It's either that or I Just Want to Celebrate. That's the only 2 songs they ever play from these guys. All right.
I know, and watch reaction videos of Get Ready. I love watching couples sit there and watch that and hear it for the first time, because they're all like, oh, somebody else did this first. I'm like, Temptations did it first.
That's right, and they did a good version too. But that's the Temps. Then you get these guys.
I know, but
So,
the drums kick ass on that fucking.
Oh no shit! Yeah, Peter Rivera, right? Peter Rivera. He's I almost had a chance to meet Peter Rivera a couple years ago for the free. Remember, I said last episode that I got to see the Ozark Mountain Daredevils play for free in Gravette, Arkansas. Ooh. They had. I'm not kidding here.
Did you know the picture for McCartney 2?
Yes.
Paul McCartney is wearing an Ozark Mountain Daredevil shirt.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. See, even he was a fan. Yes.
See?
Maybe he also knew that if he wanted to get to heaven, he was going to have to get through.
Wait a minute, Jeff. McCartney 2? Are you really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
But that hell for McCartney was Heather Mills.
Oh yeah.
No. Wait a minute. No, Heather Mills was not involved with McCartney 2.
No.
Or did I miss something?
You missed something. I said Macca believed that Macca must have known that that to want to get to heaven, he needed to get through a little hell. I said the little hell for him was
Heather Mills.
Even Yoko's got a leg up on her.
Oh, yeah. Or I'm slow.
Did you know what she used to do before she ended up with McCartney and before she was a model?
She worked at IHOP.
You heard it too, didn't you? You betcha. Damn you.
Really?
See, this is why we're.
That's why I love it.
IHOP.
I didn't know that. That's great.
IHOP, Darren.
Yeah.
IHOP,
so
think about it for a minute.
I guess what she sold there was kind of they must have been customized pants.
Yeah, she was thinking about changing the name to Eileen.
Then everybody would come on.
I couldn't say things like that. That's
I think I got away with that from most of you people out there. At least I hope so. Which, by the way, speaking of Eileen, though, okay, Vincent Crane, and I think it was the next album or the album after Come On Eileen, he becomes a member of Dixie's Midnight Runners, the last album in 88, 89.
Is that when the lead singer started wearing like panties and shit?
Something like that, yes.
My mom's name was Eileen, and she used to just love that song because everybody's like paying attention to her for once.
Ooh, that's a good one right there.
See, you're welcome. This is part of the reason why I like having this show. Now, I don't know who it is that wanted me to check out Circus. Okay, I tried yesterday. I think the person, and I can't remember who the hell it was, said there was 3 different circuses in the 1970s, and I just put in Circus 1970s U.S. rock band, and I couldn't come up with jack squat. So if you can give me, whoever it was, a song title for Circus, and then I can just go that way. Just like Dan told me about Rail, which I really like that. I got to get those Rail records down the line here. But yes, hard stuff. Yeah, Dixie, no, he did never caught Eileen. And I used to date a girl named Eileen. She only had one. I know, right?
Not by wearing those bras and panties.
And she worked at the IHOP. Oh, see, true fact. And who's the one that always says fact? Mello. He's like, coincidentally, one of Ginger Lynn's films.
That's good.
Come on, Eileen. Fact.
That's great. Man, I'm sure if my mom were alive, she would have.
My favorite is Ginger Lynn's All Girl Greatest Hits.
Oh my God. Warning, the last 5 minutes of the Come On Eileen movie of Ginger Lynn, where she's covered by 50, may not be for the faint of heart. Even the chimp gets involved. Oh boy, now I'm really going to get an age restriction.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I know. Okay. Part 2. Mike figured this out. One of my favorite albums from him. This man, God rest his soul, he's been gone for a bit.
Secrets is a fantastic album.
You betcha.
Yep.
Riptide, of course, from Robert.
Oh God, yeah.
And yes. Now I've heard stories about him. I
heard he was a dick, but who cares?
That's what I heard. And you know what source I heard that from? It was a very strange interview about the power station and why he left. because he was supposed to be
with that Live Aid.
Correct, and he was a dick. Yeah, he was a big dick about it. He wasn't going to do it. I guess maybe he thought to everybody he was simply irresistible. Let's see.
I don't know. I think he's like looking for clues now.
Yeah. Yeah,
actually, Jeff, you know what's funny about that? Like one of my goals was to get everything that I once owned as a kid and teenager, and looking for clues clues. That's one of the albums that I really, really want because it has him like with one of the first Sony Walkmans standing in the.
I love that song completely.
Yeah,
that was one of the first videos that was on MTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny and Mary is a great song. Gary Newman was on that.
I didn't know anything about Robert Palmer until MTV, and they played Looking for Clues. They played Mary and Johnny. Am I got that right? Johnny and Mary. Okay, and then I almost missed this one here. Nice and have two. I'm luminary the content. Oh yeah, I did show you that already. Okay, but I mean MTV. Like I said, those first couple of years, my God, I learned so much. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He is no longer walking Sally through the alley. That's right. But so if anybody's a Robert Palmer fan, and I've heard some tracks, I don't own any records from Vinegar Joe. Seek those out too, because you have Elkie Brooks, who she's fine. She's an all right singer. I wasn't a big fan of Elkie, okay? Just wasn't. Although she could wail once in a blue moon, but those two in this, together on the same stage, it was just kind of strange. It seemed like sometimes it was like this. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's see here. I was in the first MTV video, Front Row Devo, Kicked in the Gut. All right. Third portion, In Retrospect. Now, I got to admit, I kind of fudged a little on the title on this just to make it fit. Everyone filed a lawsuit and got money, but I did not. Now, see, Stephen, that's not fair. You did not even get a flower pot hat. How rude! They should have at least got you that and some concert tickets. I'm sure they probably did pull the video because I've never seen it. So the album's really called Retrospective. The Best of Buffalo Springfield. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Of course, Richie Fury and Neil Young and Stephen Stills and Bruce Palmer and Dewey Martin. See? Yes.
Yep. Another band that Neil Young fucked over.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were gonna do they would have been big because they're getting ready to do the Ed Sullivan show. They're flying over there, and then all of a sudden he decides not to show up. It's like, man, come on. Why do you keep doing this?
Well, no wonder why him and Crosby can partially get along.
I know, because Crosby was the replacement. Yeah.
So, yeah, for what it's worth, of course, everybody knows that. But what's funny? Even though that was a song about the Sunset Strip riots in '67, it kind of still damn applies today.
It does.
In 2024. Mr. Soul, I love that song too.
Oh, yeah.
Sit Down and Think I Love You. Kind Woman, another good one. Bluebird, On the Way Home. Nowadays, Clancy can't even sing, and that was the first single of Buffalo Springfield, by the way. Broken Arrow, Rock and Roll Woman, another good one. I Am a Child, Go and Say Goodbye, and Expecting to Fly, which is another good one indeed.
Oh, yeah, Expecting to Fly. Yep.
Now, on the Atco label, I do have to tell you something that has nothing really to do with what I just talked about. I'm going to make myself small here, but I tripped on a very interesting Led Zeppelin collectible for anybody that is into Led Zeppelin. In 1972, if you know your Atco labels very well, the Atco label that was the yellow and white with the horn on the coming out of the side of the label, the one that, like, if you bought a Sonny and Cher 45 or Buffalo Springfield or any of that stuff, you would have had that for a label for a 45. Down in Brazil, and it appears only in Brazil, did they use that Atco label for Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. How about them apples?
Wow.
Or
I bet you that's a lot of money in Discogs.
True, probably. It's just like probably just as much as the Beatles 78s from India.
All right. I got a lot to show.
Okay, hang on. You do that while I write down the circus. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Okay, you're on.
Darren, I didn't know you were going to be on here, but I have a lot of Canadian stuff.
Hey, I got some too. So right back at you. We'll share. This is great. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Wow, the DeFranco family.
It's a love beat.
You gotta love that song.
You know what? You know what's funny? They are like the K-Tel sweethearts.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. Yeah, nice.
I love loving every minute of it. That's a great tune.
That is one of my favorite Loverboy songs, and I am so pleased at the end of the month I get to see them live with Sammy.
I still like. I mean, I laugh, but I still shed a tear when Chris Farley does his Loverboy thing with the thing.
But they were huge when I was growing up. Huge.
What's that group? The
Now Margrino's huge.
No.
So there you are.
Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yes, that's funny that you.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Wally World Radio played that the other day, and then later on in the day they played Overkill. I'm going, huh? All right, 2 different Men at Work songs in the same day.
I saw them in 2002 at the Emerald Theater in Mount Clemens, Michigan.
Wow.
You know, and so they had Greg Ham and they had Colin Hay. And so the rest of the people in the group are all replacements.
Oh wow.
They were mint. I'm telling you. They come out on stage and the first song they did was I Can Get to Sleep. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, when they did That's a Mistake, oh man, I'm telling you.
See, that's pretty cool. At least you got to see a little more of them. The only time when I saw that Ringo show in 2017, and Colin Hay was one of the ones in the band. He played the 3 hits, and I'm like, wow. You know what?
I like a lot of stuff that never got played on the radio.
Yeah. You know. Well, there's a jukebox. So there's a jukebox for Hell episode for that I want for a Men at Work album. I gotta find it first.
But what was funny about it was, you know, afterward, my wife went and sat in the car because it was like really cold out.
Yeah.
And I wanted these guys to sign my CD cover. Like,
sure.
So I stood out by the back door and waited for them to come out because they had their bus like parked. And so I was just like waiting for them to come out. And so Colin Hay opens the door and he goes, what are you doing out here? Of course, with his accent. I go,
yeah.
I was just waiting for you guys to come out so I can get my CD cover signed. He goes, well, come on in. It's cold. I go, oh, okay. So I go walking in there, and Greg Ham's in there, and Greg Ham was so cool. He's nice. like, can I get you a glass of wine? I go, no, actually, I got to drive home and I got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, but it was cool because they signed it for me and they shook my hand and it was great.
That is cool. Seriously.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Hey,
I don't have that. Yes, I don't have that.
Oh, wow.
That is nice.
What a great tune.
Yeah.
Off of Standing on the Edge. That's right.
Yep. Sweet. What else?
Oh
my God! Here's another one. Here's another one. Darren's gonna like.
Hey, there we go. There you go.
I love The Pursuit of Happiness. Oh my gosh, those guys are great.
Jeff, did you know that there is I have 2 versions of that. I have a German copy and then I have a Canadian copy, but there is a double disc with 2 LP with all the outtakes and demos that they did with accompanying that album.
I'm gonna have to get a hold of that because I
must have that.
I've got the cassette.
You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, like I know everybody laughs and because I'm into keyboards and stuff like that. But that album, that Pursuit of Happiness album, I'm really surprised a lot of Americans don't know about it because it's it's just a really great rock album, and it's produced by Todd Rundgren, and it's
a great rock album, and the lyrics are just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good times.
I can't believe you got that. That's great. Congratulations.
Hey, it was only $3. I can't pass that up.
Oh, you can? No way. Oh,
well, there you go.
Yes, and it's a white label promo.
Nice.
And it's got the story about the song in the back. Pretty hilarious.
Sweet.
Do I do this one? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hey.
Stroke me.
That's another album that's incredible. The whole thing. Then he did the one song before he fucked up his career.
Yes.
Oh,
I actually have that one. That is awesome picture sleeve, and I love it.
Yep. And it's a white label promo, and it's the same song on both sides.
Never mind, you beat me on that one. I don't have a white label, but that is a sweet picture sleeve.
I need to get that Dream Police album.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh,
look. Yes, great. There's Sharona.
I love the no bra picture.
Mm-hmm. You
betcha. I didn't even know that single existed. That's great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's another one of Paul. I believe you said that these guys are one of your favorite bands too. I fell in love with this band from the beginning.
Yeah, I actually really do like them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
God, that's a blast from the past. Jeez.
Love them.
They have a new one on Sunset Boulevard. It's like a lost album, and I need to get that from them.
This will make you laugh.
Oh my God.
I'm romancing the stones.
Yeah.
They had that on the radio last week. I cranked my car stereo up, and I think everybody was trying to figure out why the fuck I was like, I'm crazy when I'm driving and I'm just like going boogieing and shit. It was like sing along to it. They're like, what the hell?
No, there's other songs by Eddie Grant,
Yes.
God, look at you. That's great.
Great single.
I can't help it. See, that was the great thing about growing up when we did.
When
the music stations would play everything.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't so segregated like they are now.
Yeah, no kidding.
The funny thing is, Jeff, like I know you're like really, really kind of like hip to my Canadian views, but we always used to just have like when 45s and 10 inches came out, it was just pretty much just like the sleeve. We didn't have picture sleeves.
Right.
We didn't have stuff like that.
That's a drag.
Well, sometimes we did, but it was very rare.
Very nice on that.
Yeah.
Seriously. Never seen that one. I was going to say
it's the edited version.
That Juice Newton Queen of Hearts, though. You ever seen the video to that?
I believe I have.
I think I have, yeah.
Anybody care to guess who produced that video?
Oh, look at you. That's crazy trivia. Oh,
no,
man.
I have no idea.
Oh, you know what? I know this. Somebody, yeah. Oh, okay. I give up. Damn.
Mike Nesmith.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. Well, Mike's,
nice going.
I think Mike's cool. There we go.
Oh, there you go. I don't think I've ever seen the picture sleeve. Not for that.
Yep, and it's on the original Parkway label.
Sweet. I like that. Hey, Jim.
This one older lady at work wanted to get rid of all of her 45s, and most of them had sleeves. And some of the stuff I got was just like incredible, like this.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that's too funny that you're showing that. I tripped on a copy of that a couple weeks ago, but the guy wanted too damn much.
I got it for absolutely nothing.
Nice.
It has the instructions on how to do the dance. It's done by Kellogg's.
That's the homework for next week. Everybody's got to learn to do the flake. No, I'm kidding.
Awesome.
And Jeff, where did you find these? Like at a record show or?
No, these older ones were a gift from this older woman that I work with.
Wow.
Look at the shape.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Look how young Paul Anka is. Boy, oh boy.
Man.
I'm telling you. This one didn't have a picture sleeve, but I knew Paul would just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Kind of a drag.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Nice.
USA.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Here we go. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Look at
that is
that.
a nice 45.
That's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
I would love to find during that time frame, for whatever reason, the promos were yellow vinyl.
Oh, look at that. That's
He's so young. So damn young back then.
Have my baby.
And that was one of the last things Buddy Holly worked with was Paul Anka. Yeah, it was the last 45 that was released when he was alive. Paul Anka co-wrote one of the sides.
Oh
yeah.
There's a really cool interview with Bill Burr and Paul Anka. If you ever get a chance to watch that, it's really good.
Alarm is not one of those ones you hear that much. I remember hearing 68 Guns. That was the first time when I heard that, I'm like, oh, okay. I said I could dig these guys.
Yep. The last thing, one of the last ones that last hit I think they had was "Sold Me Down the River." That was a good tune too.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy crap!
Now I don't know if I'm going to be right on this. I might be wrong, but I think off of Joshua Tree, they made 4 45s, and I want to say, wasn't like each member was basically had their own sleeve or something like that. So I mean, what an excuse to get 4 sleeves out of each member.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
That was the last complete damn great album they ever did. It was Joshua Tree. Rattle and Hum is the last one I bought, and then I jumped off the U2 train because I didn't like the rest.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what's funny you say that, Paul, because I remember listening to Rattle and Hum, and I thought to myself, like the song.
That's when they sort of kind of jumped the shark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just kind of thought, it's like there's some good bits, but as a totality of an album, it's like, no, I'm not impressed. And then when Acton Baby came out, I was like, oh my God, this is pathetic. Because I was going from like Joshua Tree to Acton Baby. But the funny thing is, now that they have the reissue of Acton Baby, I actually got it. And I have to tell you,
I love that album.
I love it. I'm really, I love it so much.
My band used to do a song on that. What did we do? Trying to Throw Your Arms Around the World.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I love that too.
What album's got Real Thing? Because they play that once in a while down here, and I'm like, I started to warm for that. Oh, that was Octone. Yep. Maybe I need to pick it up again. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really great album. But I think what I think it is. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness.
Those cuties.
Wow.
Oh. And what person during the MTV 80s generation did not think about Susanna Hoffs with some next and some other things?
True.
You know what the funny thing is, Paul? She's like freaking, there's Blondie. Suzanne Vega, she's not just hot just to look at. She's a phenomenal guitar player and songwriter.
Oh yeah.
She is. She's just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got made fun of by buying this one when I went to the record store with my brother Joe.
Oh no.
He's like, why are you buying that piece of shit? I go, because I like it.
But I
almost forgot about that song from them.
Right. Music's about, it makes you happy.
My God.
Like, damn, man.
I would never even think to get that. That's great.
Oh man, and I got crap from because I bought Sweet Freedom from Michael McDonald from the Billy Crystal and
Gregory Hines, Running.
Yep, Running Scared.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yep. He's like, you buying that piece of shit too? I'm like, yeah.
I normally can't stand Michael, but he does actually sound kind of decent in that track. So
he's like, why? And I go, because I like Michael McDonald's voice. That's all. Damn.
I don't know why people piss on Michael McDonald. I think he's great.
Another really cool 80s band, of course, from Detroit, where you're from there.
Yep. When Jimmy Marinos quit the band, so they got a drummer from another local Detroit band up here. Dave he used to drum in a band called The Look.
I love The Look. We're gonna rock.
How about you?
Yes.
And their cover of Hey Pretty Baby, You Can't Sit Down. We did a cover of that. That was pretty decent too. My son got me this one for Christmas.
Oh, look at that.
I like that, but since I can't read Japanese, what's the single?
The song is, because he asked me one of my favorite songs from them, and so I go, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. So that's on the A side, and Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby's on the B side.
That's a different single, because usually I'm used to, 8 days a week, and then I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. So that's interesting. They did it that way. Oh, look. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is about them. I mean, I love Do You Want to Hurt Me. I know that's been overplayed, but for some reason, it just works. And then the one I'm sick of hearing is Karma Chameleon. That one gets overplayed down here. Yeah.
I'm done with that.
I haven't heard Miss Be Blind in quite some time, though, so. Oh, wow.
Look at
I didn't even know that they did that.
That's gorgeous.
Program +2?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Nice.
Muskrat, Don't Blame Me, Lucille, and Walk Right Back.
Well, let me ask you something. Since you got that in front of your face there, is that a 45 or a compact 33? Because I know they were trying to do that fad around that time.
Let me find out.
Because if it's a compact 33, sir.
It's 45.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say the compact 33s, actually, depending on who the artist is, can get some cha-ching change.
And it's on Warner Brothers, which is strange. You know,
yeah.
Most of their stuff was,
Cadence,
right?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was like for the first couple of years, they still could do no wrong on Warner Brothers. I'll say this till the day I die. You guys grab that Two Yanks in England album. You guys won't be sorry. That is a damn good album from mid-'60s.
See if you remember this one.
No, I don't know that. Well, I know Las Lobos, but I don't know that song.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have heard it and not know. I just remember Los Lobos in the Stand and Deliver movie.
That's right. You're right, Paul.
That's where I remember them from.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've never seen that one either.
No,
I don't have many DC5 picture sleeve type stuff. I think I got 2. That's it.
Jeff, where are you getting this stuff? My God, that's great.
I go with what, when I'm
gonna feel like a
smart. I dig.
I don't need.
I didn't know that, Stephen. Billy Hinch was related to President Batista in Cuba. Oh, look at that!
Oh, look at that!
What the hell? Oh, that's 3. Oh, wow!
I have to show you a song. See if you can
I have never seen.
Wow! Look at that!
Catch us if you can. We've got a groovy thing going. My girl Sloopy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. My girl Sloopy. What the hell was that on an album? I don't even. And this land is your land. This land is my land.
Love it.
Yes. At motels, I love them too. They're still going. I think it's her and one other original member, the Mike Smith 5, as we've previously discussed. You are correct.
Oh, I love Mike Smith. What a great voice.
Yes.
Damn.
Like I said, sometime at the end of the summer, we will do a DC5 centric episode. Oh, yes. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Back on my feet again.
And looky, she got Jonathan Cain from Journey there, with pre-Journey and all that other fun.
Man, I don't need to be on stream. I could just sit and watch this all night. This is great.
You know what? I'll tell you something. I like their version of that too. But I now Less Than Zero, never seen the film because MTV always showed the videos. So what was the other song on? Oh,
hey, there you go.
Wait a minute, that's my Brave Face, right?
Yep, my daughter bought me that for Christmas.
Nice.
That's
nice.
such a great song. It really is.
It is, and he just gets that album that he made, Flowers in the Dirt, gets pummeled.
I have the two LP archive thing.
Yes.
And it's just so phenomenal. It really is.
Right, especially the outtakes with Elvis Costello too. You betcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the best part of it. Oh, there you go.
God, you know what, Jeff? You got me right back to when I was almost 13. I bought that thing brand damn new.
Yeah.
You want a love to last forever.
Now, Paul, can I ask you, now, when you say you got that, did you get like what Jeff has just shown?
Yes.
Okay, so the way I got it was I bought Paul McCartney 2.
McCartney 2.
It had this kind of
the bonus.
It had a 45 single inside of it.
You betcha.
I think it was I want to say, I don't remember the label, but I want to say it was like Columbia, but it was like an orange yellow kind of thing.
Oh, okay. That David Lee Roth there, the first 2 albums I thought were the best that he ever did, to be honest with you. That and DLR Band. If you guys don't know what that is, go find that too. You'll like those.
That's good too.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you don't hear too much about them anymore from anybody.
No, because usually you hear, "Here comes my baby, here she comes down."
Right, that's all they've played on oldies.
I know, but this is an original picture sleeve, and I'm like,
that's neat.
I don't even know the song, and I like it.
Yeah.
I know. I'd rather forget this part.
Yeah, you betcha. I
like that song. I don't know why people
love Tug of War, Pipes of Peace, not as much.
What about Once Upon a Long Ago?
That's good.
Yes, I actually had a 12-inch of that at one point or another. Oh, now look at you! I have never ever found one of the picture sleeves. That is kick-ass.
I can't believe you have that. That's crazy.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's a great song. I can't believe you have that single. That's crazy.
Oh, there you go.
What a great song.
Oh, that is.
And kudos to David Gilmour with the guitar solo at the end.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You betcha. That's probably my favorite song off of that soundtrack. Oh, look at you. I see. I bought that brand new, but why mine? Whatever store I bought it from didn't have the damn picture sleeves. I felt cheated after I bought. I'm like, son of a bitch, where the hell was a picture sleeve?
Then you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reggae on the B-side.
Oh God, that was a turd.
This one was not cheap.
Yeah,
this one was $30.
That was a turd. That was a bad song.
Yep. This one was only $4. I was happy.
Always love that song.
Oh, love that song so much. I used to play that in my old set. Like
man, oh man.
You know, hey, check it out.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Nice.
And it's like,
you know, it's really, really sad because Michael McDonald's so underrated.
I love him.
Head Over Heels is okay. I don't know what it is about every time Our Lips Are Sealed, I have to crank that sucker up and just sing along with it. That's like my favorite. David Lee Roth, just a gigolo. Everywhere I go. Yeah, look at that sleep. My God, him and Angel Wings. Yeah, right.
Hey, that one.
The B side when he does Coconut Grove by Love and Spoonful. That's a really good version.
Yes,
that's really, really, really incredible.
The one woman. Oh my gosh, what? Where does she live? Like in Beaver Shorts or something like that?
You know, damn it, I forgot to notify her. But you know what? If she's seeing, she's seeing. That's right.
No, but she brought up the one song, and she kept on saying it over and over. And
Eastbound and Down.
No.
Oh,
it was Sweet Mary, and she goes, "Who does that song?" I go, "Wadsworth Mansion."
Holy crap! I haven't heard that thing in extremely long time. Is that what you got?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bop, wop, 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 wop.
Oh wow!
What a great tune! Oh my gosh!
That's funny.
Nice.
Someday she'll end up seeing the video and going, "Hey, found it! Oh, that's cool." There you go. I'm done.
Okay.
What a show! Like 100?
No, that's all good. I'll tell you this. I had a buddy of mine. Well, we'll say acquaintance. He met me at my work earlier in the week, and I'm so glad that he came back into the store because I haven't seen him in a long time, and I knew right off the bat his name. My memory isn't so good, but he went off and he was like, "I thought of you right off the bat. Something about his sister, something about she passed." He has a stack of 45s. He says about yay high from the 50s and 60s. He wants to give me, and I'm going, well, how much? He goes, no, I'm going to give them to you.
I love that.
But now this gentleman though was also in a also was in a 70s band. Now, not well known, mind you, but he, if I remember correctly, he was the bass player for a Texas band called Uranium Savages, which I actually have the album. I know, what a name. What a name.
What a great name.
Well, I asked him when he came, I finally found the damn Uranium Savage album. And the back cover looks like it was drawn by Robert Crumb. You know how the Big Brother and the Holding Company, the front cover? This one looks like the back cover was, yeah. I mean, if I could find it, I'll try to find it for next show. But it looks like Robert Crumb drew it. And I'm like, what the hell? I said, this is odd. So, but he said he didn't play on that one. He left the band by then, but he wrote a song on that damn album. But I think he's the one that, I think he said back in the day that they opened for Deep Purple. So there's going to be a bunch of different stories. I didn't mean to cut off on that one, but yeah. So hopefully I'll find out maybe in the next. I said after the 4th of July, we're gonna meet up, and then hopefully I'll get a stack.
Do it, Darren. What do you got?
What do you got, Darren?
I'm dying here. I'm just really dying.
I'm dying, man.
Well, first I have to say, I had claimed like in the last 2 months that my turntable had died. But as I figured out tonight, I didn't. Well, I figured out a couple of days ago. It wasn't my turntable. It was my preamp. So that.
Don't you hate that shit?
Well, in a roundabout way, I was kind of happy because the guy who lives in Scarborough, he's a guy who like fixes like old sort of vintage turntables. He was gonna have a look at it, and I was like, and it didn't make sense because like I had my turntable sitting on my piano. The piano tuner came in. I was like, okay, well, I got to move it. So I just moved it to my ottoman. Then I moved it back, and it's like there's no sound. Like, what the fuck is going on, right? Anyway, so I lived with this prospect like for 2 months. So anyway, so I figured it out. Anyway, long story short, because I'm long-winded anyway. So I figured it all out. So now I'm behind in all these albums that I got. So I'm gonna I'll go them way quickly, so that way you got better show.
No, will you stop?
Oh, damn.
Wait, come on.
Okay, so I'm a really stickler for I guess we all collect for different reasons. I collect and I want things sealed. I know a lot of people make fun of me for doing that, but I am just so, whether it's reissue or even if it's something that was, say it's like the Partridge Family, like from 1970 or whatever.
I have all their albums. Don't feel bad.
I want it sealed because I want a nice pristine copy. So if I want to, go for nostalgia, that's how I want it. Anyway, so here we go. So we're gonna start right now. So this is Lenny Kravitz new album.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling you, I just rehearsed it on Q-Bus, and honest to God, it just sounds absolutely incredible. I had to get it. There was this I don't know. I'm sure your viewers, Paul, know of this. There's this place. It's on eBay. They're called Rare Waves. Now we have it here, Rare Waves and .ca. You can get them on Amazon. But basically, what they do is they ship through to the United Kingdom. So you can get really great reissues at incredible price, and it includes shipping. So this, like for example, this cost me. This normally would have been like $59 Canadian plus tax. I'm sure you're Canadian. Would have cost that, but really, it cost in the end. It cost $46, including everything, even the shipping.
Oh, see, yeah, that is some savings, yes, but geez.
Yeah. So nonetheless, it's a great album. I rehearsed it and I was like, I have to have it. It's so good. Okay, yeah. So let's go faster. Okay, so
stop. I'm not on a timer here. Come on.
Lenny Kravitz, Greatest
There
Hits.
you go.
This same thing. I had to buy it from the same distributor.
I own it, but there's songs off of Let Love Rule.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Let Love Rule, and I have.
Are you gonna go my way?
No, I don't have that one, but that is readily available, even locally here in Ontario. No, it's the other one. Mama Said. I have that one.
Ooh, yeah, Mama Said's good too.
Okay, now this one, this has been reissued. Now this is like, I am a huge Elton John fan, but this is like the last album that I thought was his best. Sleeping with the Past.
Okay.
Now back in 1992, he came out with a documentary, him and Bernie Taupin, with was it Two Rooms at the End of the World. Great documentary, and at that time, this is where Sacrifice, that song Sacrifice.
Oh my God, that makes me cry every time I hear it. I think of my kids.
But really, the totality of the album is very, very good, and this is a reissue. So I'm very, very happy to have that. And here, this is cool. Now I took everything out of the cardboard, but I'll just sort of take it out of the.
Is that what will keep us together?
Okay, here. I'll just rip it apart. I've always wanted this, and you'd think because I'm a huge
P.U. Pinchloaf. It's their new album.
You'd think because I'm a huge 20 Bangs Genesis fan, you'd think. But anyway, I got this 12-inch single, Sealed.
Oh, okay.
This is a great. Now, this song, Shortcut to Somewhere, is from a soundtrack. It's from the one with Kevin Bacon called Quicksilver, which apparently says it's the worst film he ever made. And I used to think it was like, it's actually a really cool movie. It's him on a bicycle, just and then he goes in love and whatever. Anyway,
isn't that an Abacab jersey?
So you see the joke.
Yeah, that's funny.
You see the joke between Cody and Fish.
And he's got Marillion on.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that's
I got it.
Now,
sometimes I'm slow on upkeep.
Now this one, I'm a huge fan of Tears for Fears, like major fan.
Man, I just heard "Sowing the Seeds of Love" this morning.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, Jeff, it's funny you say that.
What a great tune.
Because that album was the biggest thing that my best. I mean, like, of course, what's the other one? The
Songs from the Big
Chair. Yeah, that was a huge. I was just talking to Stephen Schnee not too long ago about Tears for Fears in their career, and I said, like even when I got married at that time in 1991, it's like even my best man and I, like we were driving in his Honda Prelude going to my wedding, and we had Tears for Fears, Seeds of Love, just that album just cranking. It was just like we could not get enough of it. It was just so good. So this is the counterpart to that album, which is Oleta Adams, who sings "Woman in Chains."
Okay.
And also Bad Man Song. And this woman is the reason that Seeds of Love came to fruition. So so they discovered her, and it was actually Roland Orzabal from Tears for Fears who got her a recording contract on.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was Phonogram. So she has that song "Get Here," which was like a big thing, like when the whole, that song "Get Here."
I don't care how you get here.
Which, to tell you the truth, to me is like that's the worst song on the album. but the rest of it is primo. It's so good. And of course, so I got this sealed from a gentleman off eBay. He was kind enough to knock some dollars off of it, so that was great. So I'm happy about that. So we'll go. This one's just this is a nothing, but it's still got the receipt on it. But anyway, it's Sade.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, you can sing me the phone book any day.
It's an unofficial bootleg, but my local guy had it, and he sent it through me through the email. And it's funny because he is now his store has shut down, and he's got some other stuff that he's got to send me too. This is really cool. This comes. I'm going to give a shout out to Nathaniel Mars. He had posted this on one of his safe spins or soft spins. I forget the name of it. When he does his live streams, he posted this, and I just fell in love with it completely. And it turns out this is one of Steven Wilson's favorite albums as well. So it's funny how it kind of resonates. I never would have heard of it apart from Nathaniel Mars. So I have to give a shout out to him. And I managed to get a really, really great price on this. So I'm very, very happy. This one comes from Jason Rojas.
Okay.
Huge member. This he put this on one of his live streams, and when I listened to it, and this is what I always say is like this is what the vinyl community means to me. It's like if you can have somebody who can like really, really like whether they're just playing it or just like they're very, very passionate about what they're talking about, that means a whole lot to me. So this album, when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, I've never heard this before. This is unbelievable. So as soon as Jason posted it, or when he was streaming it, I went down to my local guy and I said, look, can you get this in for me? And then so he mailed it to me. So that was really
Darren, is that a damn dirty ape on the cover?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that a damn dirty ape on the cover?
Yeah, I know.
Get your hands up.
I know. I know. Yeah, I think the gentleman is from Nigeria, but it's very, very interesting music. Very, very interesting.
Very cool.
Okay. So let's go. So if you're Canadian, you'll probably know about Our Lady Peace, but
yep,
this is their latest one.
Oh,
now a lot of people will probably slag off on this because this has more of more keyboards, more drum machine kind of feel towards it. I've rehearsed this album probably about 3 times, and I just fell in love with it. And it's you can get it dirt cheap. It's so good. Like I think I paid it was like $25 or something like that, and it's a really, really great album. So if you're Canadian into Our Lady Peace, you should grab this. So that's the latest one. Now everybody will know me because I'm a Genesis fan. I only grabbed this for one song, which is the Carpet Crawlers.
Yep.
The 1999 version, which was produced by Trevor Horn.
I like that version, though, to be honest with you. It actually landed on radio once or twice back in the day, at least up in Chicagoland. So yeah.
So this is just more of a just sort of a period piece. Like even at that time in 1999 when it came out, I had it.
There's a legal alien on it.
It's just the greatest hits. It means nothing.
Or is there?
Yeah, that's on there, so that's fine. Anyway, okay, so there you go. This one I'm so happy to get. I'll take the receipt off of it. Now you can see this in every used bin I'm sure everybody has seen this, like for whatever, like $6. But I got the reissue because I'm in love with this album so much. It's Howard Jones' Dream in
Okay.
Action. I love this album so much. It just gives me such pleasure, and I really can't wait to listen to this reissue. But I grew up on this album like in the '80s, and it was a big thing. Just to hear just to play that piano part like no one is to blame. It's just beautiful. Howard Jones is just a phenomenal.
Nothing wrong with Howard Jones.
Howard Jones is a phenomenal piano player, phenomenal songwriter. There you go.
I got to get that, Dan.
Yeah. Now, this one's really cool. I didn't really understand how it came about to me, but actually, I mentioned this to somebody, a friend of mine, and they said, "Well, do you know Mazzy?" And I go, "Yeah, I know Mazzy." And he said, "Well, he actually reviewed this album, or he took a liking to it." And I was really surprised. Anyway, so it's this gentleman is Canadian. This is Rick White and the Sadies. So this has a very kind of it has a psychedelic flavor towards it, but it also has that sort of Tom Petty kind of feel warmth to it. So if you like Tom Petty, you really like this album, and it's just sort of a modernized version of it. Anyway, there you go. And last but not least, this is my pride and joy.
Hold on, backstage. I see you.
This is my pride and joy. I can't believe I found this. This took a long time. This is like one of the holy grails that I've always wanted.
Sorry. I was laughing at the comment. No, look, I've stayed at Howard Jones motels with the orange roof. In fact, Howard himself turns down your bedding and puts you a mint on your pillow when you're not looking.
You know, that would be a really cool like marquee, just Howard Jones and Dream into Action as a hotel. That'd be cool. Okay, so Jeff, hopefully you'll appreciate this, and hopefully my fellow Canadians will appreciate this. And I can say this because Monday we're coming up onto Canada Day. So this I'm very happy to have in my collection. Bare Naked Ladies, Gordon. This
okay.
This is a very obscure album to get. It's very expensive to get, but I found it at a kind of a reasonably.
Was that like their first? Because I don't know their discography very well.
Yeah, because they came out.
It had the yellow tape, and that was essentially that.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say when this first came out, it was basically demos, and then this is how they kind of came to be. This was their sort of signature album. So if I had $1 million and Be My Yoko Ono,
oh jeez,
all that stuff. This is a very fun album, but this is at the time when they used to play universities, colleges at that time, and their cassette sold incredibly well. And they used to be on a program here in Toronto. It was called Speaker's Corner. So you basically go into like a booth, and you just you make yourself like a small little video, and it could be about politics or religion or whatever it was. It doesn't matter, right? So these guys went in on Speaker's Corner, and it was like 5 of them, and they just started jamming things out.
They did Be My Yoko Ono.
And that is how they got their record deal. And
I got to see them with the whole original lineup, and they were fantastic.
See, now that's cool. The only time I got to see Bare Naked Ladies was at that. See, I think I want to say it was about 2009, 2010 Walmart shareholders concert of all things. It was Bare Naked Ladies and REO Speedwagon, but REO went on first.
Yeah.
Which I hate to say this, I'm like, that's a little effed up because just because REO at that time had more hits than Bare Naked. But I mean, Bare Naked put on a really good show. And I think at that time, of course, Big Bang Theory, they cranked out that theme really quick too. Like not even like 90 seconds. And I was laughing because I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but the Big Bang Theory was kind of after the whole breakup of like.
I wish Steven would come back.
Me too. Yeah, Jeff, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I wish they did. When they were inducted into, I think it was like the Juno Hall of Fame or something. I think it was like 5 years
and they sounded fantastic.
They were just absolutely fantastic, and it seemed like they were all going to get along. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool if those guys got it back together again, because they really. I mean, I always had a kind of a criticism towards Stephen Page. I remember when I saw him in concert, my best friends and his wife saw him in concert, and he always used to do this thing where he would just kick up his leg, and it was just like, man, if he does that one more time, I just want to punch him in the face.
Maybe he was practicing to be in a cabaret future. So now our next guest. Our next guest.
I have to get that one, Darren.
Yes. So yeah, our want lists are like forever and ever and go out the door. Our next guest, he actually was in a couple episodes as an extra in the background it actually was filmed near him, called Yellowstone. You'll have to strain your eyes for him. Ladies and gentlemen, Wyoming Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Darren.
Hey.
I couldn't come up with much. That was the best I got for today.
What's going on, Mr. Tank Top?
Excuse me, too. I need to get some coffee and turn the light on. So you two yap for a little bit.
Yep. I'm doing good, Jeff. Just chilling.
I'm glad. Cool.
I got on two different live streams last night, so that's why I was not watching Paul.
Really? Okay. I'm waiting for Darren to come back.
I'll have to replay showing your 45 records if he keeps the stream up.
Oh man, that one woman that I work with brought in like a whole bunch of old 45s, and I was like, and they had like the original picture sleeves. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, picture sleeves are cool. Yeah, I know.
Especially the Everly Brothers ones and Paul Anka, and I was like, wow, holy. Hey, Darren.
Yes.
One more for you.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I'll buy that out of you.
Paper late. I'm sorry, but no.
So I just want to say one more thing after my showing, because I'm very, very excited because I thought I was out of a turntable, but it turns out I'm just out of a preamp, but it's okay. So I'm very excited because this Friday I'm picking up 3 gems. One is the Foreigner's first album on the 45 RPM.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Old as ice. And
Yes is 90125 on the 45 RPM.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the big one, this is where I'm going to be out of commission for the next probably 2 months. I'm picking up the Beatles mono box set sealed.
Ooh. In stereo, we did that. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't have
I'm picking that up on Friday, and I probably won't be able to show it like on a showcase like this. So, thank you, Paul, for letting me say that. So I'm very, very excited.
Well, it's all,
I would love to have it, but it's too expensive for my life.
Well, I've got to. You know what? I really tried to weigh it out, and the guy that bought it, he bought 2, and he bought 2 sealed in the box, like the sort of crater cardboard box that it was shipped in. So he has 2 of them. So he said to me, he said, well, like if you buy it, he said, like, do you want me to open it? And I said, no. I said, I'll open it. Like I'll give you the money. I said, and then I'll open it, and then we'll just sort of go from there. Because, you just never know. You got to watch it. So I actually have to take the train out on Friday to actually go see this guy. Yeah, but
I
it's
love
okay. But he's got a lot of what do you call it, like great like sort of like reviews, like for his profile or whatever. So it's all good. So and we've already made the arrangement, so it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I've always like I have the boxes, like I have the Let It Be and the Revolver and the White Album, and I think they're great. I really do. But I really do want to have just that whole collection, that portion of it in mono. I really, and plus two, I'm a sucker for books. So
Right.
yeah. So there you go. So there you
Like-
go. That's it. I'm done. You don't need to deal with me.
Stop. Like I said, anybody has a spare OG mono UK White Album, please contact Psyko. Yes, definitely. So before I forget, because I forgot to mention this earlier on, thanks to the new subscribers, by the way. There was a handful of you, but I don't know who you are yet. You're mystery people. Rest in peace to a few people, though, for in tribute here. We're going to first start off with Spencer Milligan, who, of course, was in The Land of the Lost. First two seasons.
I didn't know anybody else knew that show.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Now, the reason why, and I didn't know this until I was doing research today, is that the only reason why he was on the first two seasons and they got replaced, okay, was because him and the producers were having issues in regards to he wasn't getting, he wanted everybody in the cast to get fair share of the merchandising royalties, and it wasn't happening. That's why he left. Last appearance on television, General Hospital in 1987, I guess, where a lot of classic and old actors go to finish off. I mean, Dick Van Dyke did that soap opera earlier this year. He's 98. And then Bill Cobbs dead at the age of 90. He was in Sopranos, The Michael Richards Show, and lots of movies, including he was one of the security guards at Night at the Museum. I love those movies, actually. I normally can't stand Ben Stiller, but I love that set of movies. And then, of course, yes. And then, of course, the only musical one that I caught, rest in peace at the age of 49, Shifty Shell Shock, the lead singer of Crazy Town.
I heard that.
Why don't you be my butterfly, baby? I didn't see Butterfly is like my favorite damn Crazy Town song. And they only put out like 2 or 3 albums. So
Never heard of them.
That was a popular song back in 2001.
Butterfly. Yeah, you got to listen to Butterfly, Jeff. I think you might dig it.
Cool.
And Randy, I was so lucky to pay $400 plus tax at a record store back in the day, but sadly I had to sell it. So I am glad you have it back in my life. So basically, before he bought it, he was singing "Gotta Get You Into My Life," and you succeeded.
Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy time because when I actually bought it, the guy, it was a place called Sunrise Records here in Canada, and which is kind of a chain. But what happened was the one location was going out of business. So I said, so they were giving out this sort of clearance thing, and one of the things was this mono box. So I got it for whatever it was, like $3.95 plus tax or something like that. And then, but when I went to go pick it up, the guy said, well, another guy had just come in and said, well, you know, he's got it. And I said, well, look, just in case, if it doesn't work out, please call me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on the Tuesday. I said, he's supposed to come in on the Wednesday. I said, just call me on the Thursday, thinking that I'm not going to get the call. Anyway, he does call me. So I got it for like $400 at that time, which was like pretty much a steal.
Yeah.
At that time.
See, it was meant for you.
But then when I sold it for, I think I sold it for just under $700. And even then, people were like yelling at me on the Steve Hoffman forums because they said, you could get so much more. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm in kind of a predicament right here. So I have to get rid of it. So anyway, so I got rid of it. But anyway, this opportunity has come up now. And yeah, it's sealed. And that's really all that matters to me.
Cool.
See, come to Papa. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Ooh, Bob Seger song. Watch out now.
Oh God, that's right. Hey, yeah, there's one for you. Did Papa John's ever try to use that song for their pizza? Come to
No
Papa.
idea.
Isn't
I
that
have an
one of the reasons why? Isn't that one of the reasons why the ex owner is like gone?
Maybe so. I have an unopened Van Halen / Hagar album box set. I paid so much for it, and it got a negative review or two. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind getting that box set myself, although there's not much bonuses, I'm told,
Dan,
which
if
is
you
disappointing.
I'm interested in that, so I'll buy it from you, unless Paul wants to take over and take it. But if you're going to give the right price, I'll take it.
No. No
See,
Van
in other
Hagar
words,
for me. No.
in other words, Darren is saying that he will buy it right now, and he'll also throw in a bottle of Crystal Pepsi.
Only in dreams.
Paul, your puns are just amazing.
They're horrible. That's the only thing that keeps me alive is the puns and the bad jokes.
How do you feel about the wax? What is this?
Nope, they should have stopped after the first 6 albums.
Are you really still eating things?
Okay, now hold on a minute.
I don't even know.
5150 was mostly good. And then after, like, okay, I bought 5150 and OU812. I got those brand new. After that, though, for some reason, they fell off my radar. I ended up getting For Unlawful later on, and then I never got the live album. I never did because it was too expensive. And I'm like, I ain't paying that much for that. And then Balance, I wanted a radio station. Okay.
Sammy could hit all those high notes in the studio. You get him out on the road, he sounded like dog shit.
And see, this is going to make me nervous because, yes, even though I have those free tickets to the Best of Both Worlds, where it's him, Mike Anthony, so you have half of Van Hagar, and then Satch, which I've never seen Satch. I can't wait to see that, and Jason Bonham, who I saw with Foreigner in 05. So hopefully, at least it's because the last time I saw it was Van Hagar in 88. In Alpine Valley, Wisconsin, and they were good, I thought, that night. They were there 3 nights. Something happened on one of the other nights. I can't remember who got hurt. Somebody had a cast or something, I guess, but that wasn't my show because I didn't see that. And you betcha, right? Over 200 Canadian I paid with the shipping. Think it's selling cheaper on Amazon already. Well, what are you waiting for? Get it right now. Right now, with some Crystal Pepsi added as a bonus.
How much longer are you going to be on? Not very much long.
He's going to go find that Lawrence Welk box set. Here we go.
A 1 and a 2. Here are the plasmatics.
We're brought to you this evening by Rose Milk.
Oh my God! Probably about maybe 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, Dead Wax Randy's just being smart ass to me. But Lord's well.
But I like the Lords. 1 and a 2. Actually, wait a minute. I used to do an imitation on the radio, so just allow me for a second here to do what I used to do.
I got 145 by Lawrence Welk. That's it.
I'd like, before I would play these certain bands, I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lawrence Welk Show. We got the bubble machine going, and we've got Byron Thorne on the accordion and the fantastic Jude Texas. We have been asked a lot of requests. We get postcards, we get letters, and we went off and we've had a lot of requests for a Black Sabbath AC/DC medley. So we're going to start off with Fairies Wear Boots, followed by Paranoid, going right into Whole Lot of Rosie and Girls Got Rhythm. Hit it, boys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but wonderful. You are all great. Next week it'll be Slayer. I'm sorry, what?
Can I show you 3 albums?
You may. I will allow it.
Well, I'll just show. I have. I got. Do you know a guy on YouTube named
Oh shit! No, I thought he killed his channel. Was oh shit?
Fuck.
I just forgot his. I got VLCT from this. I just forgot.
Was it fuck?
Greg, that's the Vinyl Rundown.
Okay, I've heard the channel. I've heard of the channel, but I didn't know it was Craig.
He got me Kevin Eubanks, guitarist.
Kevin
Yes.
Eubanks, yeah, from the Tonight Show.
Hopefully Jay Leno isn't on anywhere on that album. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think, Kevin?
Two other jazz artists, Art Londe and Jan Garbarek.
Never heard of it.
I don't listen to it.
Listen, I remember the first album actually was sent out at, like, you had to go and send like bottle caps to be able to receive their first album, which was Mylanta. Mylanta put a promotion out for that.
ECM Records, jazz label. Okay.
Mylanta.
Unfortunately, it didn't coat, soothe, or relieve, that first album. They're horrible tonight. They're horrible, the puns.
Woody Herman Band.
Walter and Woodrow. You got me on. Okay, so Chick Corea, I can figure that out, but I don't know the rest.
That's 5 remakes of a Steely Dan songs I haven't listened to yet.
Oh.
Woody Herman is
so wait a minute, is Walter Becker on that thing? For the Walter?
They're just covers of 5 Steely Dan songs. No.
Oh, but see, now I think, how's it sound? I like Dan.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh.
I'm behind on a bunch of albums.
Dan, you know what? I tripped on some Matheny, and I guess the only ECM, not ECW. Exotic Mysteries. Lenny, listen, Smith.
Yeah, as a keyboardist or pianist or something. Late 70s. And he got me Stanley Turrentine.
Now that album's horny. That's got sax appeal. Oh.
Here's a right upside down.
Oh, I'd like to have some of that though. I would.
Yeah.
Stanley Turrentine.
I've only had brown sugar a little bit. Yes. Oh, look at him
really
there,
hungry,
blowing that
baby.
horn.
Grateful Dog asked me. Oh, John Schofield.
John Schofield rules with Medeski Martin Wood.
I haven't seen a lot of live.
Now, I've heard of Medeski Martin Wood, but I've never heard the music of Medeski
I've
Martin.
got a bunch. Ever heard this guy?
I've heard of Buddy Greco, and I've actually heard of Let's Love. I don't remember how or why, but I've heard that.
Well, Johnny Mathis originated that song, but he's a jazz singer from the early 60s.
Pat Metheny appeared tonight at Barely Legal. Lock Up Your Daughters.
I'll show you a few. I found this recently. Duke Ellington. This is a good album if you guys like jazz.
Yeah, it depends. You see, I'm not going to knock jazz because there's so much out there. Jazz is its own little world. And yeah, Carmen McRae. I've heard of her actually.
She's a good singer. Original Dick album from the 50s.
Yes, we're the Fame Horse. Somebody needs to trademark that for a band name. If it hasn't, I'll work on it. They can open up for Pew Pinchlow on the Mahavishnu. Yes,
it's a good one. Rock jazz one I found at the secondhand store around here.
Let me ask you. I can't remember if I've seen this one before. Is Jerry Goodman on that album?
Oh,
playing violin.
There are 2 earlier albums I have of him. He left the band, I guess, by this album.
Oh.
Jean-Luc Ponty's still.
Oh, so Jean-Luc Ponty jumps in there now, huh? Yeah. See, I didn't know he was part of Mahavishnu.
Well, not the 2 earlier albums I have by him, but this one.
No, but I mean, I knew he dabbled with Zappa for a little bit, but I didn't know that he even cut an album with Mahavishnu. I've only got Birds of Fire. That's the only one I've ever found.
I have that one.
Yeah, that's a good album, though.
Jeff Lorber fusion.
What?
Jeff Lorber. He's a jazz keyboardist.
Never heard of him.
And now for the wholesome teenage stylings of the Lennon sisters.
Singing their rendition of Fuck.
Oh, wait a minute. Singing their rendition of Fuck Like a Beast from Wasp. Oh, God.
You can take it out.
Lady. Oh, okay.
Their rendition of a Nine Inch Nails classic.
Oh, my God. That'd be funny.
Closer.
Hang on. Let's see. I forgot. Somebody requested. What can I come up with here?
I have 4 Return to Forever albums.
Oops, sorry. Somebody asked me to do something, so hang on. The password is I am the slime from your radio. So we're talking. No, the password is dirty love.
Give me your dirty love.
That's my favorite Zappa song. Or no, wait a minute. Here's another one. The password is Dynamo Hum.
Just like a pamphlet.
Okay, hey, let's do this. The password is nipple.
Hey, Darren, I got this.
Okay. So you use it. You kind of you put your index and your thumb towards it. So and you know.
Oh boy! Now I'm really going to get an age restriction.
I was trying to.
That's great. Well, you know what? I got to say something really quick here. Okay, so when I do my taped stuff and I put it up here, it asks you a question. Is this appropriate? No, it's not appropriate for children. Of course it's not. There's no kids in the damn things. I mean, when he's not here, and my grandson, when he's here, he loves being on here. So, but we're gonna shorten the time down on him. But yeah, of course. So age restriction. Ooh, am I supposed to be scared about that? Whatever. All right. Anyways,
I'm 54. I shouldn't be on here.
Hey, I'm 54 too, Jeff. So.
Damn. You look younger than me.
57 in September, gentlemen.
Yeah, you old shit.
I know. I feel like I'm an old shit that's been sitting out in the sun in 100-degree sun for about a month.
I don't even go outside when it's that hot. Why bother?
I wouldn't mind going to the whiskey, sir. Is it still around?
Yep, it is.
Mike's going to be 57 in August.
Cool.
So you guys have like here in Canada, like we have Canada Day on the Monday. So you guys are what? Is it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Is it Thursday or Friday for you guys?
4th of July. It's a Thursday.
Thursday,
yeah.
It's on the 4th of July.
So what's the big celebration for you guys? Like, what do you guys plan on doing?
I ain't doing shit. I got like.
I'll have to work.
We might go to 4th of July Parade Lander.
Nope, my company is shut down from the 3rd to the 8th.
Oh wow!
I'm doing nothing. I might get drunk. There you go. You got to aspire to something.
See, there you go. Grateful, just when the children cry, let them know we tried.
Oh my God!
When the children sing, never mind. White Lion.
Anyway, whatever.
I heard that on the radio earlier today. There's this station I listened to. They played back to back. They played When the Children Cry. Then they played Cinderella Shake Me, which I haven't heard that friggin' forever.
They were good band.
Yeah, I love Cinderella. And then after that they played oh God, who the hell was it?
I don't know who was
Screaming in the Night from Crocus. And I'm going, interesting.
I could never take them seriously. That little lead singer with the Brillo pad. They're like, no, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No.
The IPAs will be flowing for Mike from the 4th. So I did find out this much. Personnel comes up to me yesterday. And when personnel comes up to me, it's never really anything good. Usually it's like, Paul, and then they know me and I go, here's the pitch. And I'm like, I'm always waiting, right? It's a good thing I like this person because I would change the P to a B. Point is, they come up and they're like, but it almost sounds like she was breaking up with me. It was like that kind of a tone. She's like, 11 to 8 just isn't really working anymore. Yeah. And I'm like, and I quickly go, you're breaking up with me? Is that what you did? She goes, she just lost it. She's like, no, you're going to 9 to 6 in a couple weeks. I'm going, hell yeah. So I'll be out of the hellhole by 6 p.m.
See, when I go to work, it's a 12-hour shift, man.
Yeah, but you see,
7 at night till 7 in the morning.
But then what that means for most of the time is I don't have to try to request extra time off of the concerts. Now, I don't know if I had a chance to tell you guys, but through a generous gift, who I will not mention who it was, me and my son and the son's girlfriend, we all get to go with this group of people to the lawn to see Ministry Filter, Zombie, and Alice Cooper in September.
Rob Zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've never seen the first three, and it's Ministry's farewell tour, by the way, from Chicago. Al Jorgensen and company, and then Filter. I just remember, "Hey Man, Nice." I always love "Hey Man, Nice Shot." That one's a great song, and Take a Picture's okay too. And then Zombie, of course, White Zombie and his solo stuff, and something about a girl getting fucked in a UFO. He comes up with strange stuff.
Rob Zombie did do a song like that.
Should I ask if I get to meet Rob Zombie, which isn't going to happen? I'd be like, "Hey, I love your work, except the Munsters. What the hell was that all about? Were you dropping a bunch of drugs when you guys were doing that movie?" That's all I'm going to say about that. He said, "I got to work. Night, John boy."
I got one Rob Zombie album anyway.
Oh, let's see. Hang on a minute.
What's it called? The Lunar Injection.
He comes up with the craziest titles. Crazier than mine.
Yeah.
And
Look at that.
I got this for years ago. Neat colored vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Blood splatter, right?
Thank you, bud.
Plays
Holy shit. 23 times for Alice Cooper for the Target cashier. Wow.
Holy crap.
That's a dedicated fan.
Wow.
That's almost going into Grateful Dead territory, and probably the older people that saw 100 or 200 shows, they go to the 20-something people watch an amateur. That's probably what they say to them. They come with, the craziest art, too, for their stuff.
This is a book.
You betcha, Dan. I agree with you on that. Look at that.
Yeah. He comes up with weird crap.
Oh.
You can see this drying.
Boy, that looks kind of like shitty.
I'm
not inspired by that at all.
I wanted to
shake your ass, smoke your grass. How nice. Hey, yeah, I wonder where he's at.
Pop that zit, eat some shit.
More weird pictures in this book.
See, that's great. You know what? You should grab the War box set. That's really great. That's very, very colorful as well. I should pull that out for you guys. But
you can take it down, Paul.
But
okay. Let's see. Yes.
One of the things that I wanted to say, Paul, is that sometimes people, it's really weird because I just kind of, I told you this before, I think probably about a month ago. I just sort of walked away.
Oh, he's breaking up with you. Watch out now.
I just sort of,
no.
What's that? What?
Oh,
we're being silly. Keep going. We're just being silly. Keep going.
Well, I walked away from certain situations on my own accord, and also too with the help of certain individuals who I don't really want to name. Maybe I should just for praise, but they were actually looking out for my best interests, and they saw, I guess, how do I say it? I guess maybe the goodness in me, and I want to thank you, Paul, and also Romuald,
French vinyl addict.
Yeah, himself as well, and also to Rob from the Canadian.
Stud Muffin?
No. Reflections. National Reflections, I think that's what it's called. Anyway,
Northern Revolutions, Rob. Okay.
That's it, yeah. So I wanted to thank each of you, and also too, and this is not to create division or anything like that, but I wanted to say thank you towards you and Davey and Marius Stark and everybody who were really, really looking out for my best interest. They didn't push me into say, go to this side or go to that side. They just said, look, this is what's happening. Figure it out on your own. They didn't sway me. It took a long while for me to really, really figure it out. And I really, really am thankful that, Paul, you're just allowing me on your show. You probably may not think much of it, but it really does mean a lot to me that we can actually sit. Like I could sit and talk to Jeff and yourself, Paul, like talk about music, and you allow me to show albums, which I've never had the opportunity to do before. And when I have, I could always hear like giggling in the background or laughing or some craziness. And I didn't really, really appreciate stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me, because I don't have a channel and I don't really plan on getting a channel. Maybe in the future for sound design or keyboard stuff, but not final. I leave it up to the best folks like you. And if you allow me to come on here and just show some stuff like once in a while.
I don't think anybody would object if you do review videos. I think that'd be a nice starting point for you, to be honest with you. And thank you very much for your kind words, truthfully. I mean, like I said, I've said this from the minute that I started live streaming about what, 3.5 years ago? I can't damn remember. But I always said that I wanted people to be able to have a good time, be safe, share a lot of stuff, crack a lot of jokes. We don't take ourselves seriously here. It's never going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. If I ever got serious, then, but I'm not doing that. But, and I'm glad, and thank you, to everybody that comes on here. And I mean, everybody here has got some type of particular genre and niche of knowledge that they know that the others maybe don't. And that's why this show is damn fun. And I love doing this.
I think the part that's very frustrating for me is that I actually, well, I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, certain things transpired, and then I just kind of took it upon myself. I didn't I wasn't like part of like the airport announcement and said, "Oh, look, I'm leaving," because that would be like embarrassing. I just kind of walked away, and I thought, okay, let's just leave it. Because, the vinyl community is very, very small portion of what I look on YouTube. But it's even smaller now because I've dropped like a number of channels. But the great thing about it is that now I've introduced myself to, like I said, people who are into synthesizers and keyboards and sound design and equipment, pedals, like that kind of thing too. That stuff interests me. So it's really, really nice for you to have me on here, and there's no judgment. Like I know as I'm doing it right now, I know people are gonna laugh. I am very long-winded. I know. I don't feel I take a lot of time to get to the point. I think I'm just trying to circularize my thoughts into the center, and once I get to that center, I'm really trying not to offend anybody. So that's probably why it takes me so long to get to my point. But I really do appreciate you allowing me on here. It means a lot. You may not think it means much, but it does mean a lot to me. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you and everybody else that has come on here. I'm so glad to be back up again. I was jonesing for so long because doing the shows by myself with everybody off on the side is a big pain in the ass. I really am just like, I love having interactions. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, Jim. Put the knife down there. Unless you're cutting a sandwich. What are you doing?
I was eating chicken and I just had it here. It was
fried, grilled, or baked? People need to know, fried, grilled, or baked.
Honest to God, no.
I suspect foul play here. Come on, we need to know.
Foul play.
Hey, I use this night to open up all my albums tonight. So there you go. Right?
Okay, that
Yeah,
works.
hopefully you did that before you cut into the chicken, okay?
Yes,
Not
I
after.
I did. No, you're hoping it's after.
Gross. You know what I'll tell you, considering where I work, when that oh god, so gross, the hot chicken juice that comes out of the bag of those rotisserie chickens, it is so ridiculously I dare somebody to make a vinyl with that chicken chips. Who's playing what?
Not
Is
me.
that you? By his smile, it's you, isn't it? What are you playing?
The worst porn music I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I don't want to get struck here in case it's something weird. Ladies and gentlemen, never forget that after playing a bicycle on the Steve Allen Show, Frank Zappa started out doing porn soundtracks until he got busted by the police.
Awesome.
Early 60s, early to mid 60s before the mothers of invented.
That's okay.
He got
Wall of Voodoo did the same thing.
While they were listening to the Mexican radio.
I gotta find out what porn video
album.
it's actually in.
But
their version of Ring of Fire is in one porn movie.
Oh my! Do you know the most haunting scene from that Wall of Voodoo video is his face coming out of the beans, and I am just going, "What the hell is this?" But speaking of porn music, let's not forget Eddie Van Halen did 2 instrumentals for a softcore porno. After the Balance LP. So this was after Van Hagar.
Really?
One of them's called Catherine. I remember that much. I don't remember the other track. But yes, it's true. I'd love to hear the story in a way, but of course he's dead. But I'd love to figure out how he hooked up with this to do that stuff. So yes, you could win a bar bet. Eddie Van Halen did make instrumentals for East South. Now that might be cool. I'm curious about Mothers at the Whiskey in '68. With that was the year where Only in It for the Money came out, right? Or is that Lumpy Gravy? I get lost. My manager, Donna Jo Cat Lady, is the Zappa expert for me anyway. Yeah, Lumpy Gravy. Okay.
Hey.
I don't know. That'd be a good question. Who's a greedy slut? I just heard that.
No. It's Dappy Duck saying he's a greedy slob. God,
that's not what it sounded like. That's not what that sounded like. I'm sorry, Daffy. I have don't keep me Daffy.
Gotta do it to push.
Oh my God! Is it rabbits? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the unreleased Warner Brother cartoon involving.
Hey, where's Richard tonight?
I don't know. Let me see. I did reach out to the VC Justice League like a whole bunch, and you guys obviously saw this, but you're right. I never get to look at the comments until after the end of. Yeah, people did leave me something. Let me see. No, I don't want.
Richard's probably in the steam room.
Oh God. No, never mind. No, it's another friend of mine who I'm surprised isn't watching right now. I'll talk to her another day.
I haven't seen Jen in a while either.
Well, okay. I don't really want. Well, okay. Somebody told me that this was on her community page, so I just am going to simply say that a member of the family is hospitalized. This is all I'm going to say. I don't know any more than that.
Yeah.
So prayers for
yes, please.
A family member. That's why Jen has done like the very short appearances I saw on RG and others. Because I mean that is the only thing I can figure out now. Yeah, maybe Richard's in the sauna right now. Maybe he finally did. Oh boy, I'm gonna get hell from this because he watches these later. Maybe he did hook up with with his crazy Lolita. I have no clue.
Give me
the other song was Vanessa Del Rio. she was hot too.
Vanessa
Kimble, what's
the
in the glass?
Andressa. Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, now a nice young man, Eddie Van Halen. Oh yeah. Hold on a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, now a very nice young man, Eddie Van Halen, and his band playing Menage a Trois.
You do that very well, actually.
I don't know why some of them are. I know some of the impressions are kind of stupid sounding, but I like doing them anyway. He is buying a new aquarium. I heard that it's his whole place is going to be turned into the next SeaWorld.
I think I have a really good impression. I remember before when I left that whole situation, everybody was talking about Christopher Walken, and I think I can almost hear myself coming out with it right now. I think I have it down. I think.
You said, dude.
Should I try it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
You know, there's only one way of hearing Miles Davis, but it's not in the way that you would hear it. It's in the way that I hear it. So you know, even though you like Miles Davis, I feel that Davis Miles, me likes him too more me so.
It was almost Christopher Walken meets Yoda. What the fuck was that at the end? You know, listen. I'm going to tell you something, okay? No, I love the attempt. I love the attempt.
I thought I had the voice down.
But that impression made me kind of blue. Actually, there's a really good Christopher Walken commercial that is out now. Yeah, I think it's BMW, and everybody he interacts with tries their Walken impression, and I'm going, oh my God, this never, because one of my supervisors showed that to me. And of course, I love the stuff he did on SNL, The Continental, when the woman would always try to leave, and he'd always hurry up and catch her before she could escape. Like she'd get to the door, and he'd rush and go, where are you going? I can't do a very good one. I just what is it? Of course, my favorite bit from him will always be, I have a fever for more cowbell. See, I can't even do it. My kid can do a better Walken than I can. Huh?
You know, I put my pants on one at a time.
One leg at a time.
The only difference is when I put my pants on, I make gold records.
Yeah. Whatever that was, it needed a lot of cowbell.
Yeah, you gotta.
I love Dave Grohl talking about him on Saturday Live.
You got to get underneath the accent. It's really difficult.
I have a confession to make. I strangled Natalie Wood. Oh no! Listen, I don't honestly think that that's what happened. Do you want to hear the theory? Oh, somebody put this in a book. It was Natalie's sister, because she was on that boat too, if I remember correctly. There was before she drowned of falling off of the boat, there was a very loud scream, and it had supposedly, I have to throw allegedly, that Natalie found a Mr. Wagner and a Mr. Walken in a compromising position. Seriously, I'm being very serious. And she went crazy ballistic, didn't pay attention, and fell off the damn boat. And she was already inebriated anyway. That's the theory. Yeah. So I hate to say this. That's kind of the reason why, look, guys, I don't know if you ever liked Robert anyway. I mean, Heart to Heart was okay.
Yeah,
when he got to 2.5 Men and he was in that for a little while, to me, he seemed a little bit skeezy. And I'm like, I just couldn't look at him anymore because especially that after I found all of that information out. And Christopher Walken, I can't trust. It seems like 100% either. Like, I think he's hiding something, and maybe that's the thing he's hiding.
So is the emphasis on the fool or the fighter?
I don't know.
You know, my favorite little one is a robot chicken. Mr. T knocks on the door to the Foo Fighters' house. I heard you fight some foos, and they all go fighting foos. And he misunderstands.
Hey, Paul, do you remember the Christopher Walken appeared in that Fat Boy Slim video, Weapon of Choice?
Yes,
yes,
video? I do.
That was a good video too. and, hey, Jeff, didn't Ginger Lynn appear in that Metallica video to Turn the Page?
Yes.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I never saw the video, so you got me on that.
Ginger Lynn's in that video.
What a shitty cover of that song.
No, I like Metallica's version better than Bob Seger's. Sorry, that's my opinion.
Since I will.
No.
Yeah, boy, you're gonna get roasted now, buddy.
My
on that one.
You gotta be kidding me.
I don't like Bob Seger that much anyway.
Turn the page. Like, stop.
Okay,
Stop
before I show you the handful of albums I put off to the side, just to almost close out the show here. Many years ago, remember when John Cougar Mellencumber went and wrote the song "Pop Singer"? Does anybody remember that song?
I remember that song. Yeah.
Okay.
I try not to remember anything that he's ever done.
Yeah, I know, but I changed somehow. Like maybe a week later, I came up with Bob Seger. I changed it to nobody wants to hear no Bob Seger. Nobody wants to hear anybody. And then it was like I threw in things like nobody wants to go down to Main Street or Fire Lake anymore. Anyways, I threw a whole bunch of it's dumb. It got a leg up.
They'll hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. And okay, you know another one I actually like for some reason. Key West Intermisso. I saw her first. I like that one too for some reason. Metallica was only good for 3, maybe 4 albums, and you know which ones. You're damn right. And I think I'm going to show one of them too. I think it's in my file. But
Don't
I said
show the Black Album, please.
No. Okay, so you know what? I'll tell you something. Rest in peace, you duo. Rest in peace. I got this signed 15 years ago from John.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just think of Willis Griffin going, "I'm not coming back, folks."
All right. Thank you. It is a damn good album. And you know what? One of John Oates Gets to Shine. It was a top 40 single. How Does It Feel to Be Back? I love that song. Abandoned Lunch. I do need to get that album. That is an excellent album. And if nobody knows, there is a Beatle that shows up on a Hall & Oates album, and it's Along the Red Ledge. George Harrison does slide on one track. I love the Tubes. This is one of my favorite Tubes albums. Pick up any of the A&M material, especially. I mean, I love the Capitol stuff, but the A&M was the best. This one here, concept album, of course, about television, produced by Todd Rundgren. But what was even cooler yet was they borrowed the Hollywood Square set when they were there for a day, and they put themselves in it. I thought that was cool. I think a band could cover TV as King, especially a punk band, and do it really, really good. Primetime, of course, was the other one, which was a duet between Fee and Reese Styles. Turn It On is good, and everything else, not to be confused with Turn It On Again, which that's on the Genesis channel. So yes, yeah, he does sound fantastic now, and he continues to do solo albums. He's got 8 of them. I have Mississippi Mile. That was the tour he was doing. It was very intimate. If you are a Hall & Oates fan, you're going to have to go way back in the Psyko Platter catalog. The first 4 songs are recorded in a very intimate. There was only 50 people at this show. First 4 songs, and one of those songs is off of Abandoned Luncheonette and Front Row. So you're going to get a nice little video on that. Now, of course.
What we never discussed was Queen selling its rights.
You know what? Yeah, maybe we should. We can always show the rest of this next Wednesday. Okay. Queen and $1.2 billion they sell all of their music.
I'm not mad at them.
I'm not mad at them either, but here's what I'm okay. Oh,
I just want Mary to get Freddie's cut.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, she was a trooper. I read several different Mercury books by themselves. She was a trooper. She deserves. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something else too. And I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Another one. You know, another one that I think I respect him. John Deacon. Okay, I'm sorry that he seems to be. I don't. Maybe it was because he had enough. And the last appearance that he ever did live was the tribute concert. And then he did the studio work for Made in Heaven in 95. And I think he showed up for one last thing in 97 and then went poof off the musical earth. And
he couldn't stand the other two guys, obviously.
That's, yeah. I mean, the thing is that he is, you know, just like Bunny Carlos from Cheap Trick or
I know, and I hate
band meetings, and they still have their shares. Okay, and so you know, John obviously, like the rest of them, aren't going to need to, for want of anything, really. But at least John was like, he opened his mouth many times and said, "It's not Queen anymore. Freddie's dead." And I'm like, you betcha.
Exactly.
And I love Queen. Don't get me wrong. I found in the clearance section for 99 cents in a big bin, the Queen with Paul Rogers. I love Paul Rogers. I just said misstep. That was a misstep.
It was.
So, I'm sorry. I'm not a big Adam Lambert fan. Okay, I never was when he was on American Idol. I didn't like him being in Queen, and I mean that's
and I have something to say about that, but yes. I'm not going to say it.
Can you filter it?
No.
Fair enough.
You just can't like pick out somebody that's got a great voice, you know. And I know why they picked Adam Lambert. We can all guess why, and I'm not going to say it.
Right. Okay. I get where you're going.
You just can't throw up anybody up there and act like Freddie.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
It's impossible.
And they do have a rich. Now, I'm still, you know, I'm always going to have a soft spot for their 70s stuff. Okay. Up to, I mean, like, okay, fine. The Game was literally a game changer. If you think about it, that was 1980. I mean, nobody was ready for a crazy little thing called love. I heard the band weren't exactly too keen on that either. But lo and behold, they release it and boom, it goes and ends up being a big hit. And
John Deacon wrote most of the stuff on that album.
Yeah, you know, and you know, I like his little, especially, I mean,
Need Your Lovin' Tonight. What a great song.
Everybody knows that. Do. I mean, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that bass line, for God's sakes. You may not know who the hell the band, but do. I mean, come on. So, and then I do have a teensy weensy soft spot for Hot Space.
Here we go.
I do. I don't know why. That was a big misstep also.
Did you see what my best friend made me with his 3D printer?
I'm not sure.
He took my tattoo of myself on my arm. I don't know. Yeah, I'll show you anyway. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it got me right there.
Oh wow!
When you're young.
That was on one of the flyers, and I liked it so much. I kept, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, so he ended up using that and replacing all the faces of all the, you know, all the members of Queen on Hot Space, and put my face in there in every square. and instead of calling it Queen Hot Space, it's just Hot Face.
You know what's funny about Hot Space? I always laugh at that.
I love Calling All Girls. What a great song!
That's my favorite song off that damn album.
You know, I think that album is very, very good. I really do. I mean,
a few people.
It has a lot of. I mean, at that time, like whenever it was, like 1981, 1982.
Right.
It had a lot of kind of quirkiness towards it, like. but but at least they were kind of like experimenting like with different sounds, and you could only go on like with that sort of operatic, kind of thing that they do all the time, and
body language.
it's great, which is great. It sounds great, but I think like when you put in something like what's that first track? Um, the
Under Pressure?
No, the first one. Oh God.
Oh, I don't have the album, so
I don't either. Believe I have it on CD. I don't know where the hell it's at. I'm looking for a vinyl.
Somebody help me out. It's the first song off the Hot Spaces album.
Anybody?
Power, something power.
See, I was going to blurt out body language, but that ain't it.
Someone's gonna get it's something power.
Right,
anyway,
right.
That song is a great song. which doesn't really say much for it because I don't remember the title. but yeah, I don't know. I thought that's a really great song there too, and plus the other one that he did with or they did with Zucchero, who was an Italian vocalist, which not a lot of people know about, and actually he's quite amazing in his own right too. That the song that they did with him was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know. It always seems to be like, Queen fans always like put it back as like it's like their least favorite album, and I always used to think, well, it's like it's one of their best. It's like when Rush sort of put out Hold Your Fire, or like everybody hated it because of the keyboards and stuff like that. And I always used to think, God, I think that's like one of the greatest albums they did. One of the greatest albums.
Truthfully, if we're going Rush for 2 seconds, from Power Windows on, I mean, the album that the last thing I bought, it wasn't necessarily brand new, but Presto. And then I jumped off the train because I'm like, I just didn't like anything too much after that. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Calling All Girls video for Queen, go look at it because it's got a futuristic tone. It almost looks like something you would have saw from the 70s, like a Logan's Run kind of feel to it for back then. But see, now I got to admit that I'm a little ignorant. I thought that Hot Space came out before Greatest Hits, when in reality it was the other way around.
Yeah,
Hot Space ends up being basically, and I don't know if it was a contract killer for them for Elektra, or that was the last album that they were doing, because then when the Capitol material, well, I don't know what you guys think about the Capitol years, but the works I like. I'm not a big fan of The Miracle. I tried. Different Kind of Magic is okay. I like Innuendo. I think they finished off with a great album. Thank God, because it was like yeah. So,
I remember leaving work.
You betcha.
I remember leaving work, and it was like 11:30 at night, and my two coworkers, they were driving me home, and it was Q107 in Toronto, and they were doing the premiere of the title track, Innuendo, and I just remember like my coworker who was in the driver's seat, and he looked back at me and went we just dropped. It was like, oh my God, like how great is that? It just sounds so fun, especially with the Steve Howe on the classical guitar in the middle section there. It was like a Bohemian Rhapsody sort of part 2, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to put the brakes on this thing because I have got to go take care of a family errand run in a matter of minutes. I want to thank everybody here on the panel that got to stick around with. Now, there will not be a show on Saturday due to Friday to Sunday. I'll be in Jonesboro, Arkansas for the Legends of Memphis Wrestling, along with I'm hoping to find maybe a couple resale shops. I think there's one record store in Jonesboro. I could have sworn I saw that. So if that's the case, maybe I'll take pictures and I'll put them up on Facebook. But other than that, I will say this very much to thank everybody. Good shoe, yes. Probably my right one's better than my left. Unless you're Maxwell Smart, I want that shoe phone. Although that'd be so outdated now, wouldn't it? I'm a size 13.
My left one fits a little bit looser nowadays.
That's not.
Is that little big you went to market?
I know, but I feel bad. No, knowing that, I can picture that. Yes, we all love Vag's enthusiasm. I cannot believe I said Vag and enthusiasm in the same sentence. All right, everybody. You know what? I love you guys. We got up to 20, just for fun and giggles. We got up to 26 today. That's close. 31. At one point, you guys were bored, I guess, last Saturday. I had 31 people at one time in this room. But, I love you people being here when you can. If you haven't liked and subbed, please do. I really don't honestly care. It just would be neat. That's all. It's all a numbers game to me. All ever was. And that's right. See you next Wednesday. Until then, take care. God bless. Rock on. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Thank you, one and all, for being here.
Have a good night.
Davey, I love Fair Warning.